Then we had what I thought was one of the worst segments of the year. The New Day came out dressed as the New Raid, as the Viking Raiders. We had Eric the Gross and Ivar the Ugly. And they figured for the Vikings to be properly mocked, they would adopt a pair of accents of pirates as well, Scottish pirates.
I think, the joke was that like Woods didn't know how to do a Viking accent, so he was doing a pirate one instead. Kofi just sounded like he was doing like a stereotypical British accent.
It was brutal.
It was really bad.
They made some PlayStation 5 jokes. They've watched all the Thor movies. The real Viking Raiders come out, and they are called imposters by the New Day. Oh, and poor Eric says, "We are new and vicious." And New Day comes back and says, was it the Vikings who say that the only words that they can use to describe New Day are mangled and broken? I had endless words to describe this segment at this point. The New Day insulted them, calling them ugly, and then the Raiders walked down, but this was all a plot for the New Day to work with Jinder Mahal and Shanky, who jumped the Viking Raiders. So the two baby faces outsmarted the two heels, and I guess it is left to interpret. I guess we had Shanky, who is pretty much a babyface, Jinder Mahal, who's slowly becoming a babyface. So we had a 4-on-2 attack here as the New Day dived onto them, and New Day and Shanky dance, and Jinder is just looking like the odd man out in the middle of the ring. I just thought this was beyond brutal.
I love this. I'm joking. I didn't know. I think this sucked. This was so bad. I hate these new vicious Viking Raiders. It's at that level now. I think their dialogue and entire
We are
branding,
new and vicious.
Oh, they are so bad. Their branding, like this rebrand, somehow they managed to find a way to make them even worse this time around, okay, than they did last time with the stupid decathlon, which I will never be able to forget as much as bad as my memory is when it comes to these shows. But it's also the New Day. I'm so bored with them. And
dude, I wasn't on the show last week. I thought their segment last week, I thought they were just like so aggravating. It is just, I just think the New Day is so flat at the moment.
It's always been a part of their gimmick to be aggravating, in the way that I don't know, they're somehow lovable, in a way that I'm trying to think of an act. I don't know, a Terrence and Phillip are aggravating on a South Park, yet you kind of like them. But it's just gotten to the point now where I think even the shtick of that sort of shtick has gotten really old. There are segments like this that, I feel like they always you can always excuse a New Day segment by saying, oh, it's supposed to be corny. It's not supposed to be funny. They're supposed to be goofs. But sometimes we've had a decade.
What kind of excuses?
We've had a decade.
It's not supposed to be entertaining.
We've had a decade of this, and at some point, it's just it's just bad. It's just bad,
Well, they're locked into these feuds. First, it was Shanky and Jinder, and now it's the Vikings, where it feels like it's weeks upon weeks upon weeks of these segments until we do a match. It's just it's these never-ending feuds that have no interest, and they don't build them either. They just stay on this hamster wheel of non-interest week after week after week after week. We'll probably get many more segments between these teams before we finally get a match.
But with the New Day, even going as far as to use props and things like that, you need something that's actually clever. And it's been a long, long time since I feel like I've heard anything clever from any of their promos. Well, what was the line here? Rather than new and vicious, we're going to call you ugly. That was the basis of their promo. Their big comeback was to make fun of how ugly the Viking Raiders are. And I mean, again, you give me the excuse that they're ready for children. This is not for you. Children,
no child, dude, Lorenzo would come on and he would just tear this apart.
Oh God, I think they've sucked. Like they've sucked. King Woods was kind of cool, but like we're just kind of back to this like shitty status quo ever since then. Especially with Kofi, who has just like been nothing, for a long, long time now. I am ready for these two to turn heel. Okay, like they started off as heels way back when. They got over as heels so much that they become baby faces ever since. I think we've come full circle by this point where they've been so flat, so obnoxious, and let's be honest, there's no other interesting direction you can take them in under their current guys. Let's make them like full on obnoxious heels.
They should be the new and vicious Day.
I could, one of many words I'm sure you can attach to them.
All right, let's move on. I hated this segment. I just hated it.
It was terrible.